Activision, you are one of the greatest game creators this side of the Mississippi. You guys have made it your mission to put out maps that are identical to every other map of the past because you have the creative juices of fruit fly. And in your desperation of all the money you've made already and every billions and billions of dollars that you've made off of this game, that you've sucked the life out of everybody, you finally now have hit your breaking point. You decided to put some representation during Pride Month at that for transgender people. And you decided to do that by making all the guns separate, different, beautiful, glittery, awesome flags. Good on you. That's the message you want to put out here. But as if that wasn't enough, you took it a step further and you decided to make the bullets trans bullets. And you stopped there. Activision, your creative director, whoever it is, their name's gonna pop up here. They need to be fired immediately, and I'll forward you my resume, because the simple fact that you didn't take this to the extent that you should have, which is every time someone gets shot with a trans bullet in the game, their character has a gender swap. How did you miss that opportunity? I mean, chef's kiss. I could write that program for you. You just switch the gender of their operator, so when they come back to the map, or when they refuse, or when they die, they see the kill cam of themselves and they're like, wait a minute, I didn't pick that operator. What? You guys missed an opportunity. Have your people call me. I could hook you up. Hey, if you're mad about that, stick around. There's more. Hey, how you doing? My name is Hero. This is Coding with Strangers, and I want to cry like a baby. People are mad on the internet again. Wonder why. It's so easy to get you to click on this video. Yeah, you. I know who you are, because you're the same people that clicked on the Assassin's Creed video. And you had pointless things to say there, so I can't wait to see some of the pointless things you're going to say now. But don't worry. Like those other videos, I brought you facts. You didn't like those. Use your feelings. And a lot of people rage baiting over this topic are going to use your feelings to manipulate you. I need you to be better. I expect better from you. But Call of Duty has made its decision to incorporate trans bullets and trans people in general in video games. And that's the underlining issue here. A bunch of people who don't like a certain group of people want to exclude them. And this isn't the 1960s anymore. We're here. Get used to it. You could play with us, but you can't take your ball anymore and leave, because we got our own. The games will continue. Just get on board. It's okay. It's really not that bad. And the people who fell for this bait, it's so simple. You think Activision did this? They didn't even make an announcement about this. They knew you guys would find this, talk about it. Now you have people like me who haven't played Call of Duty in years. I gotta go find it. I gotta try it out. And it's free? This is free publicity. Now I'm talking about it. You're fueling the thing you hate. It's the Streisand's effect, right? But regardless of how you feel, left, right, there's just one thing I want you to understand off top. If someone is telling you to be angry about this, just ask yourself why. Do they get a few views out of you every day? Or do you like their content? Are you being cycled through an echo chamber right now? Like, think critically on your own. I know it might hurt your two brain cells. That much friction between them could cause one of them to fail. So we don't want to stress you, but just take it in for a second. If you're more mad about this than the fact that your KD is 0.5, you're mad more about this than there's some 13-year-old off on a school night dunking on you right now. You make $64,000 a year. He gets dino nuggets from his mammies and then ruins your night. You gotta pick a balance here, man. You gotta pick a balance here. But let's get into the article. Kotaku's talking about it. Do I see a problem with with the pandering of trans and black history and all that. No, because it's better than getting nothing. And it's also better than getting ignored. When you're not part of a certain demographic, you don't know how truly lonely it is. And I think men are starting to get a better understanding of truly what it means to be alone. Because a lot of men who used to be at the top of the food chain because they're just men have found out that you got to be more than a dick swinging, ball gargling neckbeard. You got to do better. The world expects better of us. And sometimes that's not enough. And men are starting to figure that out. Some men are so lonely that they rather end it all. And if you ever feel like that, you got to find help. You got to find help. Because no one's coming to save you. So you got to learn how to save yourself. And the first step is extending the olive branch. You have to be open in order to receive. Let's see how much you're willing to take receiving the backdoor clapping. I couldn't help myself. It's just a topic. All right, let's get serious. Serious now. Serious. Call of Duty trans bullets are the latest right-wing conspiracy rage bait. I understand that this is going to be a little bit, como se dice, flamboyant, because it's coming from Kotaku, but try to bear with me. I'm going to try and give you as fair and balanced as a review as possible. A possible Call of Duty bug is causing a new Pride themed. It's cosmetic. It's not a bug. This was definitely done on purpose. These are some of the leading designers in all of gaming, and I have proof that it's not a cosmetic bug. This is something they know about and they did on purpose, which is good. To paint the bullets in one version of one of the game's guns colors, the transgender flag. Now right-wing rage jockeys are seizing this to peddle transphobic conspiracy theories so idiotic they would be laughable if not for the real-world threats underlining the outrage. Season 4 Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone went live last week. In addition to hosting a new content including Gundam skins. What? They have Gundam skins? Oh, my childhood. What? We're talking about the trans flag bullets when they have Gundam wing skins? Oh, if this video gets, what's the flattering? If this video gets 500 views, not 500 views, 500 likes, 500 likes, I'm buying that Gundam skin and I'm equipping the trans bullet. And every time I kill someone, I'm saying you're now trans. 500 likes. Let's make it happen. That turns players into walking anime mechs. The update also rolled out a free Pride cosmetic on June 1st. Call of Duty is for everyone, and we are proud to celebrate Pride Month by offering 7 different weapon cameo variations, each representing the color of LGBTQ plus flags. Activision wrote on its website. You want to know something that's also fascinating? Is this is also the same month for men's mental health awareness, which is blue. And I think like it's something that needs to be brought to the forefront, but maybe Activision does have something for men for this, but I've never really heard a story about Activision or these video games pushing for some of the most isolated individuals in gaming to be more open about their own mental health issues. I would like to see, maybe, and you want to know what's crazy? When that does start happening, it's only going to start happening because they were willing to take risk on things like this, to talk about things on the outside to help bring people out the inside. It's a fascinating psychology to see how you can get people to conform without force, right? One of those camo variations is a transgender flag. When the camo is applied, it paints the player's gun into a glittery version of the flag colors. It also applies the flag design to textures on the ammunition cartridge for one skin on one particular gun. The M4 Call of Duty leaker Bob Network UK discovered almost immediately and tweeted the screenshot out as a joke. They cover the bullets on my gun. They tweeted out, trans bullets, they're gonna hate this one. Okay. You know what I thought it was? I thought it was like when the bullet fires, it streaks the colors of the trans. Will anyone? I haven't played Call of Duty in a while, but will anyone ever see that bullet other than the person who's equipped it? I thought it would like the fire trajectory would have like the LG. Oh, this is so minor. This is what's hurting their feelings? You won't even see the bullet. Oh, come on, guys. I thought there was something else. Hours later, shitpost got picked up by Twitter accounts Insane Cope, which tries to dunk on liberals. Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about. If you're a journalist, try and keep it copacetic. Like, we get it. You don't like people making fun of you, but you think poking them is going to make them stop and have a huge reflection on, maybe I should change something I'm doing in my life. Relax. All this calling them shit posters, and we get it. They're degenerates, but they also pay taxes, so relax. Tweets from there is quickly spread without any context to the usual gaming adjacent outrage accounts to lives of TikTok. I heard that dude is like from Indonesia. He's like in Indonesia. He's not even an American citizen. Is infamous for pushing homophobic and transphobic conspiracies. Found it. Call of Duty is now enabling kids to roleplay being a literal trans terrorist. Which the uptick in actual trans violence we've been seeing, it's alarming that Call of Duty would introduce this. Now, I'm a fact-based individual. We do data-based information and research here. And he talks about the uptick in shootings. And he's not wrong. Project Vaughn News has this great digital and hard graph of all the information as it pertains to mass shootings in this country from 1966 to 2020, with detailed profiles on every person ever since their inceptions, how they regulate, basically their ages or their sex, and basically what caused them to do it. So you see those changing of the colors, those are all based on fields, on their age, based on workplace, restaurants, that's retail, residence, school shootings, college, so on and so forth. So you could it's a great graph, and it's a great visualization. I'll put this in the comment section if you want to check it out. They go by female shooters. They go by based on childhood traumas, mental illness, which is something huge. Keep in mind, 50% of the people on this list can attribute their actions to mental health and signs of crisis, even from an immigration standpoint. So this is a great fact, but this is one part of it, right? The question is there uptick in transgender people shooting? It stands to reason that there would be, as active shooting continues to go up in this country. So it only stands to reason that those shootings will continue to happen, so on and so forth, right? But the thing that a lot of people aren't mentioning is, as it counts today, our country, because we are so weak-minded and unavailable to any suggestion that there was anything other than men and women in this world, we never track that information. Literally, the newest information we get on this comes from newspaper clippings. And if we were to base it on 2023's recount of the situation, the number comes out to a grand total of 6. But I do reckon to believe that there are more than 6 people who have partaken in mass shootings that are transgender. But as it stands today, we can flat out say transgender people have been victims more of mass shootings than they have been perpetrators. And that's simply splayed out to us. The data tells a different story according to gender, and criminology experts, mass casualty shootings perpetrated by someone's identifying as trans or non-binary, are in fact rare. And in fact, those groups are far more likely to be victims of violence. Here's a closer look at those facts, and those came from that same article saying. So one thing I know you guys are gonna say, oh, they're the mass shooters, they uptick. Calm the fuck down, okay? Mass shootings have been a problem ever since before the pandemic, and I thought I had a graph on this to show, like, before the pandemic, there was only 9 in a year, and it was because no one could go anywhere, and we're steadily increasing. So don't worry. Men are still at the top of this border, and we have to find a way of fixing this. Because one thing they don't talk about mass shootings requires 4 people to be killed in the process. But if we split this out just for shootings of isolated individuals, which was basically someone taking their own life, men definitely run that category, no questions asked. And it's because of the constant mental crisis that men are going through in this country, right? So I just want to display some of that information out because I know that's something you guys can't wait to talk about. The numbers, the facts. It's hard to do. Call of Duty didn't introduce this, though. Unlike all grifter out chasing off the screen grab, anyone who actually investigated the source of the transgender flag bullets would quickly realize they're seemingly isolated to one particular skin and one particular gun. Modern Warfare 3 M4 came with a special Soul Harvester weapon blueprint, which included a skin specifically attached for the M4. I love the M4. And the tracer rounds. Oh, okay, so they're called tracer rounds, which are colorful ammo options that also leave traces of different visual effects, like painted splattered on rose petals for those who spent $100 to purchase the Vault Edition. Okay. Oh, okay. So maybe the flag does come out of the bullets because it's saying like it leaves a trace of like rose petals based on what you paid for it. I got to see this of the game. Based on Kotaku's testing it appears that the trans bullet only appear when applying the transgender flag camo to that skin on that specific weapon and blueprint. It's unclear if this is a bug. This is not a bug. At one point during the testing, the bullets in the cartridge were only the pink color of the trans flag, or an extremely idiosyncratic reflection of how Call of Duty's complex shader system interacts across thousands of items in cosmetics. Okay, maybe it was a mistake. They said that they weren't able to replicate it every time perfectly. During our testing, any other skin camo applied to the M4 Soul Harvester blueprint resulted in a bullet cartridge changing colors to match the skin. Kotaku could not replicate the trans bullets with other weapons, including others that use tracer rounds similar to the M4. Activision declined to comment, referring Kotaku to the original Pride post, which I pulled up. I was curious to know what they said about it. So, there's the Gundam skin. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's awesome. And you can use the riot shield. Oh, that's awesome. I'd pay money for that one. But here we are. Call of Duty is for everyone, and we're proud to celebrate Pride Month by offering 7 different weapon camos variations, each representing the color of the different LGBTQ flag, available as free gift pack. Find them in stores in single bundle. Yeah, and they don't mention anything about the bullets. I searched the page. There was no mention of it. This is only mention. Oh, I want to look at these Gundams though. And they got the Zakus. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Ariel. Oh, these are great. The boys. There's 2 girls there, though. Interesting. I hope nobody complained about that. They talk a little bit about Nick Nurse and how his skin got pulled, and it's because of Nick Nurse's comments that he made to it. And, I totally agree with Nick Nurse did. Nick Nurse has the ability to say and do whatever he wants. That's his right. And I think him making a comment that he has the right to educate his child the way he wants to is perfectly fine. but it's also like when you're a partner in a major company, when you make a comment as an employee, that employee has the right to protect their image. And if they don't want a bigot part of their company image, they have the right to remove you. So if all is fair in love and war, then all is fair, right? Another horrible talking point is a lot of people are going to say, what about the side effect of this emboldening people to do crimes because of what they saw with video games? And I just have to ask those same people, which one is it? When it's a mass shooting by a cisgender heterosexual male, video games aren't the problem. Mortal Kombat having the ability to crush someone's skull in 1,000 different pieces and being able to shoot people in video games is not the problem. But now that the bullets can probably turn you trans in the video game, that's the problem we're going to have. You can't straddle the fence here. If you're going to ride the fence, you got to open your legs, okay? But if you're choosing to pick sides, just understand either side you're on, you're wrong. Because video games can't be the problem and the solution at the same time, right? And then another thing that I had to look into, just because I wasn't sure, I had to look it up. Call of Duty environmental flags. Because Call of Duty at one point had multiple flag colorings. This was all the way back in 2020. You could have earth, wind, fire, and the leaves or whatever. And they just mentioned the rose petal. So they've had different colored bullets in the past to represent different things, such as environmental purposes and different other traditions. They did the rose petals for the lilies, those petals that fall in Japan that everyone travels to go see. They've done cultural things with this. So this isn't beyond reproach for them. This isn't something new or something that they'd have to run and hide that they were doing this. This isn't the first time Call of Duty has become flashpoint for moral panic in the LGBTQ people. During 2023 Pride Month, Activision pulled a skin from the game based on Nick Merce after the popular streamer, after he tweeted LGBTQ plus right activists need to leave children alone. So Nick Nurse isn't very well educated. Like he's definitely someone who saw something on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, and that's what he believes. He hasn't educated himself. And Tim the Tatman, Barta defended him, and then the company ended up removing his in-game skin as well. Damn. Talk about rake stepping. Tim the Tatman had nothing to do with it, and then it happened and they removed his shit. Sometimes you gotta shut the up. Hey, shut up, Tim. And you know what? It's kind of crazy because I don't see them. Their stories don't pop up on my live stream anymore, on my algorithm. Yeah, when you piss off the people, bad shit tends to happen. So what are we getting at with this? On a scale to 1 to 10, 10 being I care a lot, 1 being I care the most. 1 being I don't care at all. This is probably like a -7 for me. I'm talking about this because I know you're angry right now. And I hope I could have calmed you down at least a little bit to make you not care, because this isn't going to affect you. The thing that they could have done that would have actually been hilarious is that, once again, if they shot you with the trans bullet, your character operator changed gender. That would have been great. But this is a video game we're talking about. Video game. And it's a vocal minority of you. There's not a lot of you upset about this. There's not a lot of you that would have even cared. And the level of combinations you would have had to go through with this is maddening. You want to know what we should have been talking about? How we can't get new maps or an authentic first-person shooter game from the Call of Duty franchise in over 10 years. How everything is recycled and nothing is original. Well, that's what we should be talking about, but instead they keep us distracted with culture bullshit so they can keep their hands in your pocket. How you mad about what's between someone else's legs and they got their hands in your back pocket? Where's the outrage for that shit? You feel me? Where's being up in arms about that? You care more about what someone else is doing with their operator than what someone's doing with your wallet? But when you don't have anything else to represent your aggression or your L's, you have to deflect. You have to blame someone else. And look, I get it. Man to man, man to woman, man to non-binary, man to everybody, me to you. It's so easy to fall into this trap. Don't get wrapped up in it. Don't open mail that's not addressed to you. Simple as that. We have a serious gun issue in this country, and it's not going to be resolved when they decide to remove this skin from Call of Duty. It's not going to be resolved when trans people go away. Our issues are our issues because we collectively can't unify as a people, and we'll continue to be subjugated to this level of criticism and harassment from the masses until we have the ability to work together. We're never going to get anywhere until that is literally the lesson. We work together, life will get better. But, as long as we have people thinking that, because someone saw the word trans in a book, that their kid is now going to be, could you think that highly of your kid? We know for a fact with that low ass KD that you got, you're not going to be going far anywhere time quick. But hey, guess what? If you got a KD of 3.0 or 2.0 and up, hey, clap it. Good for you. I want to see you out in these streets. Let me know what you think. Like, share, and subscribe. I love your faces. Happy Pride Month. Losers.